Hi there, this is Adrienne Green, Realtor with Samson Properties, and today I wanted to talk to you about my three main goals when I work with a client as their listing agent. So when I have clients who are looking to sell their house and I'm helping them, these are the three priorities I have that I think make the biggest difference in getting them the best value in their house sale and making the process as easy as possible for them. Okay, so my first goal as a listing agent is to sell the house in the quickest time possible for the most money possible. These are connected ideas because studies show that the faster the house sells, the more money it's going to sell for. And in your own experience, think about if most houses in an area are selling in a couple of weeks and you see a house that's been on and off the market for, let's say, 3 months, some of the common thoughts that people have and that you might have about this house are, what's wrong with it? Or, I could probably get that house for a deal. It's been sitting on the market. So we never want your house to be the one that people think that about. So my goal is to sell in the quickest time possible, which means that we have it ready to go in top-notch condition the minute it hits the market with professional photos so that it looks its very best from day one and for the most money possible. So the practical thing is there that if it sells faster, it's going to sell for most money, and that's why I have both aspects in my number one priority or goal as a listing agent. Now I want to note that the quickest time possible doesn't necessarily mean a certain number of days across the board. When we work together and do a market analysis for your house, part of that market analysis is looking at the average and the median days on market for comparable houses in your area. And that will give us an idea of how quickly we would expect the house to sell. Also, from a practical standpoint here, having a house on the market can be taxing for people. You have to keep your house in show condition. It's kind of being in the middle of a process, and that can be really stressing for people. You're having people come in and out of your house. It's a lot. And so you'll see one of my other goals is to make the process as easy as possible for you. And so part of selling it in the quickest time possible is to make it as easy as possible for you, because we know that it can be taxing to have a house on the market. My second priority as a listing agent is to put you in the strongest negotiating position possible. Again, we want to think about whatever we can ahead of time so that when it gets time to negotiating a contract, we are in as strong of a position as possible. So some of the characteristics or aspects that go into putting you in a strong negotiating position is, first off, making your house as appealing and attractive as possible. So that includes staging the house, right? And we're not talking about expensive staging. We're talking about using what you have and arranging your possessions, or decluttering or minimizing or changing the flow or things like that in order to make your house as appealing as possible. All right, that puts you in a stronger negotiating position. Other aspects that could put you in a strong negotiating position include possibly doing a pre-listing home inspection. So if you have an older house that may have some deferred maintenance, I might recommend, hey, let's get a home inspector or someone in here, a contractor in here, to see what they would find, and we can fix it preemptively so that it's not an issue of contention in the actual contract negotiation process. Other aspects might include, if you're on a well, maybe we preemptively test the well water and see if there's any issues there so that it's not a surprise or an expensive thing that you have to fix quickly when a well water test is part of the contingencies on your contract. So we try to anticipate any problems and address them early so that you can address them in a more cost-effective way and in a way that doesn't make you, we try to address problems early so that you can address them in a cost-effective manner without a time crunch. And then my third main goal as a listing agent is to make the process as easy as possible for you. So all these things I'm talking about, well, they're really to make the process easier for you. We do as much work as we can in the front end so that everything else is easy for you on the back end. And in general, I go above and beyond to do whatever I can to help out my clients. So if you need a recommendation, if you need some for a contractor, I have a list of recommended vendors that I will happily share. If you need somebody to be at your house for one of these vendors to show up and you guys can't be there, I would be happy to do that for you. So I think as a real estate agent, you know, during this process of selling your house, I am on your team and I am a team member with my sellers, and the goal is to be there with whatever they need, however they need me, to make this process easy and to make them get as much money as they can for that house in as easy a way as possible. So that's a lot more than just getting a contract signed, putting the house on MLS, coming through and snapping some photos with my camera phone. You know, it's really doing everything we can, getting that professional photographer, making the house look fabulous. I have a questionnaire for my sellers of commonly asked questions, so that every time a listing agent, a buyer's agent asks me about this question, like how old is the roof, etc., I have asked about all those important things in one sheet, so I don't have to keep bothering my sellers every time, okay? So that's just kind of a few little examples of things that I do to make the process as easy as possible for my sellers. So once more, to summarize, when I'm working with somebody selling their house, and I'm working as their listing agent, my priorities and my goal to make this process ideal for them is first, to sell their house in the quickest time possible for the most money possible. Second, to put them in the strongest negotiating position possible. And third, to make the process as easy as possible. So that tells you a little bit about me. If you're looking to sell and you'd like to have a listing consultation to see if we'd be a good fit, please reach out. All my contact information is in the video description below. And please, if you like the video, click the thumbs up. And if you're looking to sell, buy, or do anything with real estate in Northern Virginia, subscribe, because I post videos about everything related to real estate in Northern Virginia, and I think that it would probably be something there that would make your life better, and that's my goal. So anyway, Adrienne Green, Realtor with Sampson Properties, thank you so much.